Hello guys, and welcome back to Car Focused, sponsored by Abercrombie & Fitch. No, it's not really. Anyway, this video I'm going to discuss the top 5 things that I love about this car, the Focus RS. Now obviously there are a lot more than 5 things that I do love about the car, but I'm going to narrow it down and pick 5 of the best ones, the biggest things that I love about this car. So without further ado, cut to the chase. Let's start with number 1. So, the first thing I love about this car is the way it looks. Now, I think it looks awesome. Not too bonkers, but different enough to stand out. Now, if you're not into cars, it kind of just blends in. It looks like a sort of another Focus, a little bit more sporty. But if you like your cars, people know an RS when they see an RS, and I like that in this car. It's not too kind of shouty, it's not too sort of look at me, but at the same time it does stand out and it does look good. I love the way the wheels look, I love the spoiler, I love the aggressive bumper. I think it looks really angry from the front. I like the back, I like the diffuser, I like the exhausts, and also the stealth paint colour. The grey is another thing. Again, it doesn't like stand out and kind of shout out, look at me. However, it is different. So it gives the car a bit of a uniqueness because it's a slightly different kind of type of paint. Not the sort of paint you see every day. A little bit like the nitrous blue, I suppose, but the nitrous blue is really shouty. So, yeah, that's the first reason. How good the car actually looks. Now, the second thing I love about this car is the fact that it's got multiple personalities, so the drive modes. And within the drive modes, I'm going to include launch control, because launch control is kind of a drive mode. It's a built-in feature with the car. See, launch control is my favourite thing out of the drive modes. Drive mode, so your normal, your sport, your track and your drift, they all give the car a kind of a separate personality. So for example, I'm in normal now, I'm just sort of plodding along, it's not very loud, it's just nice and kind of easy to work with. Throttle response is okay, steering feels kind of nice. So yeah, normal mode's really good just for kind of cruising around, you're in no particular hurry. And then pop it into sport mode, which we'll do now. Things immediately kind of get a bit sportier. And the smile grows. Oh yes. Gotta love sport mode. So yeah, there's the car. It's changed its personality. It's got a bit more aggressive, you know, a little bit more fun. It wants you to have a bit more of a play. So yeah, the drive mode I use all the time is sport mode. And then if we go into the racetrack mode, suspension firms up. Yeah, you got a nice comfy ride. Yeah, it gets a bit stiff in track mode and drift mode. Now I haven't got anywhere to try drift mode, it's really annoying. Tried it in the wet, and that turns the car into a kind of a wannabe rear-wheel drive car. You can kick the back out, you can feel the power going to the rear when you accelerate around corners and out corners. You can feel the back hunker down. Again, it changes its personality, and I think that's really cool with this car. I just love how it does that. It's not the same car all the time, and you can choose how you want it to be, and I think that's awesome. So that's the second thing I love about this Focus RS. Now, the third thing I love about this car sound it makes. Now for a stock car, or a standard car as we call it in the UK, it sounds awesome. It's like when you're kind of idling and you're cruising, it's not too loud, but as soon as you accelerate, the exhaust really opens up, and it does sound like a little bit rally-esque, which is cool, not too boomy or anything like that. And the pops, obviously I've gone over the pops loads of times, the pops sound absolutely wicked. I really like it, but I don't think I'd upgrade the exhaust system because I think it sounds really good as it is. Yeah! Now, the fourth thing that I really like or love about this car is the cornering grip. Now this thing, the cornering grip on this car is amazing. I'm yet to find any sort of limit to the cornering, but chuck it into any corner, accelerate through the corner, and it just sticks. There are no kind of limits, it's ridiculous. There's a corner here, so I'll accelerate around. It just goes, it just hooks up and goes. It is not phased by a corner. And it's very similar in the wet as well. It's just amazing. And obviously it's going to be down to the four-wheel drive, and also the way the car's set up, but I've got some nice sticky Pilot Super Sport 3s on as well, which does help the situation. But it's just insane. I'll brake before the corner, and then on the accelerator, and it just goes. It's quite strange because you can feel the rear hooking up as well. So another little S-bend, down into third, accelerate, and it just goes. There's a Porsche Boxster S in front of me that I really want to get past, but he's holding me up. So yeah, the way this thing grips, hooks up, goes around corners in the wet and dry is awesome. So that's the fourth thing that I love about this car. All the windows down, has to be done, has to be done. Ooh! That sounds so good. Now the fifth and final thing, well not the final thing I love, but the fifth thing that I love about this car is the kind of exclusivity that you get with it. Now, where I live, I mean, I don't really see any of these cars at all driving around, and when I do, they're always nitrous blue. Now, I don't actually think I've seen a stealth grey RS on the road. I've obviously seen them at like shows and stuff. Ford Fair, there was a couple there last year, but other than that, I don't really see any. So it's kind of nice to be driving around in a car that you don't see many of. Now, I'm going to pick on the Golf R, for example. Where I park for work, I park in a big car park. There are about 2 or 3 Golf R's kicking about in that car park. I've never seen an RS in there, so yeah, as I say, to have a car that's kind of rare, you don't see many about, and hopefully the residuals will stay up. That is another thing that I love about this car. So yeah, that's it. That's the 5 things that I've picked to put on this video. As I said, there are many more, but they are the 5 major things. Now I think it'd be cool to do a video about 5 things I don't like about this car next time around. But we'll see what happens. There are a few things that I don't like about it. I don't like to slag the car off, but you know, sometimes you've got to be honest. And most cars do have a few gremlins. As always, guys, thanks for watching. If you'd like the video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and until next time, I shall see you soon. Bye.